Sword Art Online, an VRMMORPG that combines both action along with romance. Now, compare this to its successor, SLF, a game that removes the life or death stakes and dives headfirst into the idea of a dream game. Now, does the removal of the stakes take away from the risk factor of the show? Having just finished season 1 of SAO and both seasons of SLF, let's dive right into the differences and similarities between both the VR MMORPGs. SAO's whole premise is that if you die in game, you die in real life. This kind of gives everything in the game more weight because they treat it as real life. People develop relationships in games, some decide to bunker down and buy a house, and others are motivated to risk their lives to clear the game and get back to their real life. This makes it interesting because any characters can really die at any moment, kind of like what happens with the first guild Kirito joins. Now, this is where SLF kind of like lacks weight. With it being a regular video game, you can die as many times as you want without losing anything too important. This kind of makes you question what exactly is at stake. If Sanraku dies, he can literally just respawn. He can learn from his mistakes and try again. And while that takes away from some of the tension that makes SAO so interesting, I don't think that really makes SLF worse. Instead, it kind of shifts the focus from survival to like mastering the game. It pushes the boundaries of adventure. The question isn't can they survive, it's can they actually beat something this difficult. With the idea of unique scenarios in the Seven Colossi, the game is forever expanding, which has you wondering what's going to happen next. This is kind of where the games differentiate themselves. While Kirito focuses on devoting himself towards Asuna, Sonraku wants to find the next challenge. Kirito's motivation is heavily influenced by the fact that Aincrad is his reality. He wants to survive, but he also wants to protect the people he's grown attached to. As his relationships develop, the game becomes less about simply clearing floors and more about having something worth fighting for. This is the most obvious when he calls out Heathcliff for being Akihiko Kaiba, as all he wants to do is end the game. Sunraku, on the other hand, doesn't really have the same attachment to Shangri-La Frontier. He isn't trapped there, and he isn't trying to build a new life inside the game. He's there because he genuinely enjoys difficult games. If he gets stuck on a boss, he doesn't see it as something he needs to escape from. He sees it as a challenge he wants to overcome. And I think that's what makes Sunraku such an interesting protagonist. He's not necessarily playing to become the strongest player. He's playing because he wants to experience everything the game has to offer, especially the things that the other players haven't discovered yet. Sonraku is known to be a trash gamer. He beats trash games for the experience. That's where the idea of the dream game really comes into play. Shangri-La Frontier feels like a game designed to constantly give the player another reason to keep playing. There's always another monster, another unique scenario, another secret, or another challenge waiting around the corner. SAO asks, how far are you willing to go to survive? When SLF asks, how far are you willing to go just to see what's next? And honestly, I think that difference is what makes comparing these two shows so interesting. They're both built around VR MMORPGs, but they use that concept to tell completely different stories.